Alright, we are starting legato with our eighth notes. And we're just going to stick with the high E string to begin. Now, I went back and looked at the notes I took from the initial skill evaluation video stuff that you turned in. And one of the things I put down was during the hammer-ons, or was it this? The pull-offs. There was some muting issues that were happening, like not keeping things quiet. So when you're doing all this stuff on the high E string here, make sure your picking hand is sitting directly on top of all those unused strings. Now, it may not be hitting the high B string, index finger, that should take care of it though. So remember, when you're muting things properly, your index finger is going to be up underneath the adjacent strings. So when you're fretting the high E string, that index finger needs to be up underneath the B string. And then the picking hand lays on top of everything else to make sure it stays quiet. So if you hear any like sympathy or sympathetic string noise, because strings are vibrating due to the high distortion, make sure you address that immediately. Check where your right hand is. Usually when you hear things starting to ring out, it's because your picking hand is too far towards the bridge and it's not actually laying on the strings anymore. So make sure, scoot it over and keep it on those unused strings. So starting fairly simple here, just to see how you do. 240, that is the early submission speed, just like the other stuff we have been doing. So if you reach 240, just do like a video going up into 20s, just to make sure everything sounds good from the slow to the medium to the fast speed. And then we can just move on to other stuff a little bit faster if possible. So this one, we got the index finger is always sitting on that high E string. So basically it should be like not moving at all other than going into the new position. So we got pinky being used for the first two bars. And then we go ring finger, middle, ring finger, middle. So basically playing in some harmonic minor, well, eventually harmonic minor. We start in the natural minor first. So pinky is used twice. Harmonic minor here. So pinky is used twice, ring finger is twice, middle finger is twice. So trying to have a nice even amount of work for the main fingers you'll be using for this kind of thing. The index finger is not doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, but you know, we can certainly do stuff like that eventually. But mainly when you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, it's going to be the middle, ring, and pinky. So let's get into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I'm not going into detail about the technique with hammer-ons and pull-offs because, again, with that initial video you sent in for the skill evaluation, I didn't really see any technique issues. It was more just a matter of improving the muting. So If you need more in-depth stuff on the hammer-ons pull-offs, how the technique goes, definitely tell me. But just to keep these videos efficient, I'm assuming you know the technique because you have demonstrated it before. But as always, questions come up, let me know. All right, so this one. So what we're doing here is setting things up for the setting things up for the pull-offs. So we start the hammer-ons first. So by then, all 3 fingers should be down, setting you up for those pull-offs. Do that twice, and move it up. Whoops. So first we got the first, third, and fourth, and then the middle finger, and then back to first, third, and fourth, first, second, and fourth. Yeah. Make sure those fingers are down, ready for those pull-offs, because whatever you are going to pull off to needs to be down in advance. So this way you're getting good pull-offs. All right, here we go. 60. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. One, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 81, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now you got a few more progressions to record and send over. So do that whenever you got it. No need to wait until next week. And like we usually do, once you get through all those practice rounds or practice sessions of the pre-written progressions, it's time for you to fill them in yourself. So yeah, doing the inverted power chord to the second inversion triads, just like you've been practicing. All right, any questions come up, let me know, and I'll see you again in your new videos.